scrambles back and forth, funk. That's what Beniel Dariush said got him the win, right? A lot of Funkjitsu, a lot of just scrambles, a lot of being able to just like risk it. And that's kind of the whole entire point that I made in the beginning. I said Benny Dariush takes more risks than Gamrot. Gamrot's more technical, more composed. But I think Dariush, he's more seasoned, he's a veteran, and he's willing to get the win, to gut it out, to break people. Did he break Gamrot here? I mean, he dropped him pretty nasty at one point in the fight, man. But this was a very back-and-forth competitive fight, even though they had it 30-27 in favor of Dariush. What did you think?
I did not have it 30-27 in favor of Dariush. I had Mateusz Gamrot winning the first round. But as far as the breaking him comment, I didn't see that in the fight. But thinking about it now, the way Mateusz came out in that first round to how Benny kind of ran away with it in the second and third and really started putting his own, like you said, funk and spice on it and really started making this a Dariush style fight, I kind of think he did. It wasn't a visual break, almost like we saw in Sean O'Malley. Like I said, elbows on the knees, head down. But it was kind of a break in a game plan and a break of a mental cognition where he was deciding on what he was going to do as far as Gamrot, deciding on what Gamrot's going to do. And now he's just reacting to the fight that Benny's presenting to him. And now he's just having to survive, if that makes sense. So I guess I could see the break that he was talking about, the change of position, if you will, that occurred in this fight. But man, this just really, if you're not a Benny Dariush fan at this point, man, I mean, the what did it for me was a Jakar close fight. I think that was the one where he got tagged and then came back like a madman. But at this point, with the 6 or 7 fights that have been had by Benny Dariush from there to now this Mateusz Gamrot fight that's going on, man, like, you can't be a Benny Dariush fan, man. You don't belong in this sport.
I agree, man. And the breaking of Gamrot, I think, came to the pedigree of, listen, he was 4 of 19 on takedown attempts. So you still have 15 takedown attempts. Eventually, you're going to be like, fuck, man, do I keep shooting on this guy? Like, why can't I get the takedown? How come every time? How is he using his jiu-jitsu to nullify my wrestling? What is going on here? But that's the same thing that happened when Gamrot fought Guram Kutateladze. So it's like you see it coming. You see there's a way to stop the style, and that's kind of the point. My question really, man, because this is the same question I had going into it. I still have the same question. Why do people continue to just keep counting out Dariush? They look at the shiny new toy who's very good and very promising, and they say, oh, this guy who's been around forever, Dariush, who remains at the top of the pinnacle, like, why, like he's going to win. Like, well, why do they keep doing that? Why is Dariush getting no respect?
Man, I think it has to be the salt and pepper hair or the visual look of this guy or something, because he's young. But everybody thinks he's old. Like, everybody thinks he's like a 42-year-old fighter, and I think he's, 32 maybe?
Bro,
I don't know
the visuals definitely don't look good in terms of, like, he seems docile, which is the complete opposite of what he is. He seems like a docile old man who doesn't want to fight, when really he's the game. He's game. He was more game than the gamer today or yesterday, right? So, listen, man, Dariush with another clinical decision performance. If there was any pick you could have taken back on this main card, which pick of yours would it have been?
Ooh, on this main card, it would have been the Islam Makhachev fight, but also this would have been a close second.
I was going to say, if this one wasn't in there, like, because, bro, you'd be surprised the amount of people who would talk to me. I go to the gym, right? Jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And, we all have our opinions, and they're like, bro, this Gamrot guy, he's really going to beat up on Dariush. And I was like, man, I really like Gamrot too. I know you just found out about this dude like 2 fights ago. Like, I get it. Like, he's popular and all that. But, like, Dariush is just a different level. Look at the dudes that he's been able to compete against, right? You're welcome. This is why you tune into our program, folks. And these are the moments where I don't want to be like, oh, braggadocious. It's more like if you listen to the sound insight of why we're picking who we're picking. Because even for you, AJ, yeah, you picked Gamrot, but you still saw how Dariush could win this fight. There wasn't a point where you said, bro, what? Dariush? Yeah, right. Gamrot's going to run through him. That's the point. If you listen to our sound advice on this stuff, man, you'll figure out. I mean, we've kind of been doing this for a little bit, man. We've seen these dudes fight, and it's a 50-50 shot every time, but Dariush walked away very successful with this one, man. I just think that the only thing plaguing him is he just needs to be more of, not that God willing, all that stuff, all that is cool. Give me a title shot now. I deserve it. Give it to me. He needs to be a little more pressing, or else you're never going to get the title shot. That's what I think.